The committee is one of the worst ideas ever to occur to the human mind. In the late 80s, I had a wonderful job hosting a daily television program in Ottawa. Our ratings were excellent. Our team seemed very much in concert. My boss was an old friend who had lured me from my home in Vancouver. What could possibly go wrong? Go wrong, go wrong, go wrong. Well, there was that day in the spring as we were approaching summer hiatus, and Bob called me into his office, and as he solemnly closed the door, he said, "This is going to be one of the most difficult conversations I've ever had." And I instantly said, "Fuck you," knowing exactly what was to follow. Our producers, researchers, and writers wept. I wept. It wasn't until 6 months later that I understood what had happened. And what had happened was this. There was a guy in the newsroom, happened to be best of friends with the general manager and a vice president, and he wanted my job, so he got it. Now, my friend, Bob, he could have, argued to keep me, but he would have needed a pair to do that, and apparently he didn't have them. So finally, as my bank account was running low and acts of desperation were in order, well, first I auditioned for a new Canadian play at the National Arts Centre, and I got the part. Well, careful what you wish for. That was not one of the best experiences of my life. Amateur night at the Dixie Bar and Grill was more like it. Anyway, I finally turned in desperation as my bank account was disappearing to another old friend who was the assistant deputy minister to the assistant deputy minister of the assistant deputy minister of cups and saucers and bacon and eggs. And I said, "Stu, I need a job." "No problem," he says. "I can get you a gig at 120 grand starting tomorrow." By the way, this was like 1989. 120 grand is still a lot of money, but then it was really a lot of money. I said, "Well, that's great. What'll I be doing?" He said, "I didn't say I'd get you the job. I said I could." "Well, why wouldn't you?" He said, "It's simple. Do you know what I do?" I said, "No." He says, "Well, I'm in process 50% of my time." And I said, "Huh?" And he said, "Exactly. I go to meetings where we talk about what we're going to do at the next meeting. And I know you, David. You're one of these action-oriented guys. You focus on something, you want to get it done, and you go do it. I give you 3 weeks working for the government. You'd pick up a chair while you're in the middle of a committee meeting and throw it at the window. So I'm going to save you and the federal government a lot of time and money and the cost of replacing a window and a chair." Pickle. Committees don't win wars or football games. They don't build enterprises or huts or anything else. A committee is an aberration, a perversion of the human spirit. Avoid at all costs. Oh, we'll be taking a vote on that.